Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cryptid Conversations. Today, I'm going to ask the question: how the fuck did you survive? Well, this is Sierra Nevada Part Two. Let's jump into the conversation. Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Blue. With me today, Michelle, the bringer of chaos, the wonderful Kate Irish Mama down there. We're doing Part Two of Sierra Nevada,
where we ask the
and
important question of who ties your shoes?
yeah, who tied your shoes? And the ever important question: do you have prion disease?
Not today.
Definitely not today. Definitely not tomorrow. Um, but for some people during the 1800s, they ended up having prion disease because they consumed each other. They did something that is very frowned upon in today's day and age, which is cannibalism.
But most specifically,
you're getting ahead of yourself.
you were definitely getting ahead of yourself, sir.
I don't care.
Okay. Okay.
But before we get ahead of ourselves of what we were going to continue talking about of the Sierra Nevadas, how about we go back to what we talked about originally and share some photos since we have them today.
Okay, you know, you're such a pain in my ass.
I know.
But she's
you love
so
me.
pretty. But
Yeah,
she's
shut
so
up.
pretty.
Well, wait, you're no, not that one. That's the one we're
God
going to talk
damn
about.
it!
Let's pull up the map. The map region.
Why is she so needy?
Everybody's so needy today. I'm done. I'm done.
You see
I'm
that?
over
You
it.
see that little
No
half
more
of butterfly?
neediness.
Hold on. You see that little half of butterfly in the middle of California where the water goes in and makes a little half a butterfly?
Yeah.
Right there on that little promontory that sticks out in the middle of the butterfly's belly.
Yeah.
That is where Michelle drinks coffee was invented.
Oh, we're going there now. Okay. Well, the very, very right tippy top corner.
So that's right where Michelle drinks coffee became an actual idea.
Okay. Well, and then
they birthed me right there.
And then the Irish Mama was born right in that far right corner of California, close to the Oregon and Nevada border, like in that really top tippy corner there.
Tippy toppy. Straight above the S.
Yep, straight above the Sierra Nevada.
I now know why you both give me anxiety.
because we're awesome. And
no, because you're both fucking Californians and you drive me nuts.
Californians.
We're the Northern Californians.
You're still
I'm not from the bottom California. I'm from like the cool part.
The bottom part.
Don't ask me directions. I just like where the butterfly's middle is. That's all I got. That right there. That is San Jose, California, by the way. San Jose, California.
That's where things start getting fucked up.
So just out of like pure delight, do you know what awesome location is in?
Yes, I'm alienating some of our audience. I don't care.
No, the Winchester Mystery House is in San Jose, California.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I got a T-shirt.
We'll talk about the Winchester House in another episode.
So another one we were talking about the last episode, excuse me, was
okay. So I got the map up.
Okay. So there's the map. So Mount Whitney.
Mount Whitney. Hang on. I gotta find that one.
My boyfriend in high school's last name was Whitney.
That's this one, right?
Yes, that is. There is Mount Whitney.
Yay, I can understand directions.
That makes one of us.
I can follow the rules.
Okay, the beautiful black and white photo I found for us.
Ansel Adams.
Ansel Adams, yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay. No offense, but I okay, hang on a second.
Hold on. Are you going to say something shitty about photography?
No, I'm not going to say something shitty about photography. Where the hell did she go again?
Sorry, I was letting the cat out.
Oh, that's what she said.
Okay, whatever. Anyway,
I'll let the cat out this morning.
let the lips fly. Anyway, uh, black and white,
cat.
photography to me always looks better,
I agree.
just because of the fact that you can kind of see within the photo what the photographer was going for.
That's why Ansel Adams, the brilliance of his photography was you strip away the color and the expectations and you just look at the subject.
Yes.
And it was absolutely like you just look at it and you don't have to know the colors. You feel it. I'm a huge
Exactly.
Ansel Adams fan. Huge.
He actually was my grandpa who introduced me to Ansel Adams, and he was like my very first ever favorite photographer. Like I didn't know anybody else, but then like that Ansel Adams was definitely
Absolutely
who got me into the photography. So
sorry, I just had to get a tick off of me.
Oh, are you gay?
Don't get Lyme disease.
No, he was crawling. He hadn't figured out his place that he wanted to grab onto.
Good.
Yet.
I hope you.
I just set him on fire though.
Oh, good.
And my desk on fire too. So
oops.
Right.
Let's not destroy too much.
It's out. It's out now.
Okay.
But,
all right.
But I'm gonna be staring at this little motherfucker for like the rest of the episode. Anyway.
Last episode we talked a lot about this high strange in the Sierra Nevadas.
High strange, yes, that's what I was called in high school.
As were the other of the podcast hosts on this channel. That is why we've bonded.
Yes. But I was called that because of my height, not because of the fact that I'm just strange. And
I was going for a very different high strange.
Oh, you're talking about high strange. Okay. We do not condone that on this show. Anyway.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. You gotta be high to watch this shit. Anyway.
High strange, Sierra Nevadas.
High strange,
led us to
Sierra Nevadas. Go.
Yeah. So one of the most interesting things that we talked about is that we didn't talk about the big bad that happened
in Sierra Nevadas.
Sierra Nevadas. So what we're going to do on this episode is Blue is going to pepper in his blueness as necessary. But I want to talk about the Donner Party, how westward expansion went wrong.
Disease. Anyway.
Because so there's a lot of stuff that happened in those areas of the Sierra Nevadas. There's a lot of people who have lived in those areas for hundreds and thousands of years. So there's a lot of history just in that space. Yes. But when you add a bunch of idiots who, you just raise your hands and go, "Why are you the way that you are?"
Well, okay, and that's putting it lightly too.
Yeah. Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know about the history of the Donner Party, I want to go into like there's some stuff. So what was happening? When was it happening and why? So 1840s. America was deep into this idea of manifest destiny. We know what manifest destiny is, or do I need to define it?
No, you're good.
Okay. So the whole process, 1840s, cheap land, new opportunities, fresh starts, adventure. It was basically like a big green flag on the other side of the United States. We ran out of land on the East Coast. People kept having babies like crazy people do.
And living on top of each other.
So
yeah, during that time, it wasn't uncommon to have like 7 kids.
Doing some of my family research, and it's like one family of mine had 13, and it's like,
well,
why?
You also got to remember, okay, and I can answer that question because I know the answer.
They were bored.
Because most of the kids, you would have a lot of kids, because number one, they served a purpose. There was free labor. Number
Yep.
two, you didn't know how many were going to survive.
This is true.
Yeah, the survival rate of a baby was
Not
fairly
often.
low. Survival rate past 2 years old was also kind of iffy. But anyway,
survival rate overall back then.
yeah,
Survival
Yeah.
rate overall back then was not good.
and the average the
If you
the
lived to
average
4,
age-
you were in the plus.
Yeah, so you're talking about where the life expectancy of a person in those time frame, if you got to 50, you were doing good.
Right?
Yeah. So basically, 1840, Americans woke up one day and collectively just said, what if we moved like 2,000 miles away? No GPS, just on vibes. That sounds like a great idea. So they started doing it. Yes, Blue.
To me, that sounds dumb.
Well, okay. So put yourself in their shoes for a second. There is
Like, unless you're moving for a job.
There's no more land for you to make your farm. There's no more the housing is low.
Listen,
So
if you got to
there's
the
this
land
promise.
late, not my fucking problem.
There's this promise, and this is back when we actually trusted the government. So there was this promise that the government
Never
made.
trust the government.
The government was saying,
we
if you do this, if you go over here, we will give you this land. And you do whatever you want with it. It's yours forever.
Yep.
Not
Listen.
sharecropping. Just head out there and we'll give it to you.
Being a staunch anti-government human being,
But
even back then, I don't think I would have trusted the government.
okay, but even then, the government didn't want to add in a little tidbit information about the local tribe.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that they were
I
giving
would've
away
just
land
said-
that didn't belong to them was kind of like the big key there.
Yeah, because like that, not for nothing, I would have been like,
You sure about that?
isn't that where we put all the Indians?
Yeah. So
You know?
that is a whole different episode that has some very dark to it. We're gonna try to keep it on the light side today. I'm gonna do the best I can. All right. So let me ask you a question.
Well, I mean,
fellow.
On Patch Adams, Robin Williams did bring it on the light side.
Yes, true.
Donner, party at 50.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Okay.
Do.
So
Life of Brian. Anyway.
Oh my
all
gosh.
right. So there was like back in the 1840s, if you were going to do this, there were people who had pamphlets written that said, okay, this is what you should do. If you're going to do this, there should be anywhere between 80 to 100 people. There should be between 20 and 30 wagons. There should be 60% of the people involved in this trek should be males over the age of 18. You should bring X amount of salt per person on this trip because it was expected to be between 3 and 4 months of this travel from the middle of the country. So there was a space. We'll get there, but okay. How many head of cattle you should bring? What salted porks you should bring? Chickens to have eggs. Like there's a list of things. Like you should have these things, but you're talking about people who have given up their entire their life in this one place, and they're going to pack everything up that they own and move 2,000 miles away. So given the fact that you have everything that you need to physically sustain yourself, food, shelter, weapons.
Oh yes, and you needed to know how to fight too. That was kind of like a key thing.
Yeah, but back then there were a lot of guys who knew how to fight.
Well, this is true.
Nowadays you got a bunch of crap of guys walking around going, "I'm gonna fight you."
You have more women who can kick a guy's ass these
True.
days.
So let me ask you a
my
question.
wife's got a mean right hook. Just saying.
Mine's
That's why you
left.
had that's why you had that black eye that time.
We don't talk about that.
digress. So it's 1846. You have everything that you
Anyway.
need to survive. What is the one thing that you're putting in that wagon as you drive away from St. Louis? What are you taking with you?
Rifles.
I already said
Ammunition.
weapons.
Well, damn
Weapons
it.
are already, those are
More
the things that are
weapons.
already there.
Lots of weapons. Plenty of weapons.
Energy drinks.
Pointy weapons. We want those pointy weapons.
The commentary
Shush.
from the child.
We want those pointy weapons.
I would bring 42 pounds of coffee. Because
that would be you.
Ain't
I'd bring
nobody surviving
caffeine.
that trip
You need
unless I
caffeine.
have been coffeed appropriately.
Coffee.
Well, listen, you got to have coffee. And
Possibly
I mean,
one cat.
listen, in that show 1883, that one scene where the woman's sitting down, she's drinking her coffee, and they're trying to bug her, and she's like this. She just looks at him like, not until after I'm done.
Yeah. Come at
And
me,
she
bro.
just fucking drinks her coffee.
The wonderful woman is Faith Hill, by the way.
Yeah. Faith Hill's fucking. I don't care what anybody says. Never mind. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of a compare and contrast because the Donner Party. I see you. I see you. Do you need assistance?
Anyway.
988 is the number to call. Thank you. So
Blink your eyes if you need help.
So there. Okay. So when you're watching something and like you're like, okay, this works, this works, then all of a sudden someone fucks up. You done fucked up, AA Ron.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I figured out what I'd bring.
Okay.
I'd bring a family heirloom. Usually back then it was like, the family Bible.
You'd bring your cedar chest full, like you'd pack your cedar chest full of things.
Full of things that were like mementos of your family.
The teeth of your great grandfather.
Hey, listen, it's gonna make a beautiful fucking necklace. Anyway,
so yeah. Oh, family heirlooms. Yeah.
You would bring stuff like that. You'd bring the skull of your, late aunt or whatever.
What kind of family heirlooms do you got?
Well, apparently.
Listen, I'm half German. We had a lot of spooky shit. Anyway.
Yes. All right. So you're right now. The Donner Party is making good choices. The typical immigration, you leave somewhere between April and May. You start out in St. Louis.
Great choices.
You reach the mountains by September. It's about a 4 to 6 month travel plan. You have organized groups, you have proven routes, and we're good. Like this is what you do. So the Donner Party left April 14th, 1846. So they were right in that window of the appropriate time. They had 87 travelers, which was right on the money. Anywhere between 80 to 100. We're all good to go. They had multiple families. They had a good smattering of men over 18 to be able to drive the wagons and to hunt and to take care of the women
and protect and da da da.
Oh yeah, they took care of the women folk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyway.
So right now, Donner Party making solid choices. Totally fine. Everything's great.
Their worst choice was going west.
Fine.
This is basically the historical equivalent of a road trip starting perfectly. Then someone says, I know a back road.
Oh, this is like freaking National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah. So, question for you guys. What's the worst shortcut you've ever taken?
Oh, geez.
Oh, man. My worst
can't think of one.
shortcut.
I can't think of one.
I got knocked off of fucking 95 going south, and I ended up adding a full fucking day to my trip to Florida.
That wasn't my fault.
No, not that trip to Florida.
Okay,
This was an earlier trip. But I learned very quickly, just stay on 95.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because I was driving through back hill country, and I was going like this, going, where the fuck am I?
I know a time I should have taken a shortcut or a bypass, I should say.
And every time I stopped at a red light, I swear I could hear.
Well, you
And I was afraid.
North Carolina, South Carolina. That's what you get.
Listen, I didn't have a weapon on me either, so I was going like this, going, oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only remember going through Chicago and not taking the bypass, so I went through downtown Chicago during traffic time.
Oh, whoa.
No, ma'am.
Ugh.
No, thank you.
Ugh.
Mind you, I was in a big rig.
No. No,
Listen,
thank you.
I don't even want to go through downtown Chicago in a car or a truck or whatever. I don't want to. Doing that in a big rig? Hell no.
The one time I didn't listen to the GPS.
You do not know better.
I know now. So there you go. That was my little glorious pick. Should have taken that shortcut.
Okay, so now since we're talking about shortcuts, enter the shortcut guy. So when the Donner Party arrives at Fort Bridger, Wyoming, this kind of like that's the normal stopping point. They stop at Fort Bridger. You replenish any of the goods that the flour or the sugar or the things that you were running out of. Trade in your husband for a new one if they're not doing what they're supposed to be. That kind of thing.
Listen, wasn't uncommon. There was a lot of 18-year-olds.
That 20-year-old looks pretty good at anyway. All right. So they get to Fort Bridger,
and he hit 30. He was old.
They meet this man. His name is Lansford Hastings. He's a lawyer. Just FYI, he's a lawyer.
So don't trust him.
Never trust a lawyer. They will always fuck you in the end. Anyway, go ahead.
He was a so-called self-proclaimed adventurer. He had published a brand new guide about traveling over the Sierra Nevadas in 1845. He claimed that the existing routes were too slow, that his route would save time. So they saw this guy, and he was pretty convincing. And they're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll buy that pamphlet with the new directions. But okay, let's pause for a moment. Let's talk about Lansford Hastings for a minute. Lansford Hastings had never successfully taken a wagon train through his planned map. His map was mostly guessing, just based on maps. Never tested it for families or even loaded wagons.
You sure this guy wasn't a doctor?
He didn't even go over it himself. That's the thing.
You sure this guy wasn't a doctor? Because that's all guesswork in a white coat.
No, he was a lawyer.
This is the modern day equivalent of trusting someone whose Yelp review says, I haven't eaten there, but the vibes seem pretty cool.
There's a reason why I don't use Yelp.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. So you're one day into this the Hastings map. You got cut roads, you got cross through rough terrain, you've got a bunch of just bad no road at that fact, because he didn't check for that either. You're one day in. What do? You turn around? You give up? Keep going?
See,
No,
I would have turned
you
around.
just keep going through landscape that looks like this.
By the way, that's at a rest area at Donner in the Donner part or Donner Pass area. So yeah.
You just keep going through a place that looks like this. How are you going to get a fucking wagon train over that?
Oh, and again, when she said it was rough terrain, she's not
joking.
It is rough terrain.
Statement.
It's all swampy area. It's all shit.
The thing that I want to point out is, at this point, going back to the indigenous folk who lived in this area for long ass time, they watched these wagons as they went through, and they watched them because their wagons were typically filled with supplies. For the most part, the ox is pulling the wagon's got supplies, and if you were an able-bodied person, you were walking next to that wagon. You were walking 2,000 miles. You weren't riding in there unless you were old or a baby.
And you really did not want to be riding in that wagon.
No.
Are we sure that the natives weren't just sitting and watching them going, look at these crazy ass white people?
I bet they were.
They probably were. But
these people are fucking crazy.
This is a little side convo, but there are some really hilarious stories from Native Americans and even other settlers who gave up on that trip and just said, fuck it, we're living here in the middle of Wyoming or whatever. Because, who would want to
Smart move.
But there are some awesome stories about things they would find because, as you're going through, like if you didn't pack enough replacement wheels for your wagon, if you didn't have enough supplies to fix broken things, you basically, that's why you needed 20 or 30 wagons, because you consolidated. You're like, okay, well, we got to dump one. And then you have to make those hard decisions for all those boxes of family heirlooms that you brought with you, because that's not all fitting in this wagon that was holding one family stuff. Now it's holding two. So the people would find a dead wagon, basically. I don't know what's the word. A broken down wagon.
So Aunt Amelia's skull stays behind.
Yep.
Yes.
Got it.
So they would find these like dead wagons, and they would find like, this is where those hard decisions were made, because the people would go, okay, do I want to bring food, or do I want to bring, Nana's teeth, or a piano, or a bureau?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like some of the shit these people were they were taking their entire lives.
But they didn't
know.
But
they didn't know what
they didn't know. On a boat though too. Some of those, because some of them were immigrants.
Part of this has to be put on part of the blame has to be put on the person who's heading the wagon train, because he would usually hire a guy who's been there before.
Right. But
he should have said, do not take a fucking piano.
But the thing is, you packed your wagon and you got in. Like the expectation was you would make it across with your wagon. So if you overpacked it, you have to drop stuff off on the way. But the expectation of having to consolidate into, 3 wagons into one, some hard choices have to get made. If you got to put 4 wagons into one, you got to, we need blankets, but we don't need a jewelry box.
Take the blankets, the food, and the ammunition.
But then also keep in mind too that had they not listened to, I don't even think he was a lawyer. I don't even think he was a lawyer. So I think he was a lying.
He was a snake oil salesman.
I think he was a lying jerk to begin with. But had they not listened to him and kept to the actual route, the route through the Sierra Nevadas, they probably would have made it in a larger number.
The side note that was there is there were multiple wagon trains that were heading on that same day. Right. So there was not just the Donner Party. There was the Jones Party and the Smith Party, and they were all within a couple miles of each other.
And most of the maps most of the trails that were made and everything were original trails that the native tribe in that area were actually using. So I'm sorry, I'm going to listen to the local crew first before I listen to shady lawyer dude with the map.
Hey, what happened to the Smiths and Jones?
They made it.
I don't know, man.
They made it. So that's what I'm saying.
They
Like
ain't
Fort
around.
Bridger. Fort Bridger was where it's basically like a little check-in. Like, okay, they made it. They'd send a letter to St. Louis and go, we got Smith, we got Jones, we got Donner.
It was original travel center point.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
The guys who were leading the Smith and the Joneses, they were smart. They went like this. They went, that guy's full of shit.
They followed the tried and true.
Yep.
Trusted their instincts.
And still got there ahead of the Donner Party.
Yeah. So, okay.
Hey, weren't there 87 of you?
Shut up. Side note is the person who was hired as the train the wagon driver, like the chaos manager.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, so the Donner Party was like, hey, we met this guy. We want to do this instead of the thing that you want us to do. Imagine paying for a guided tour and the guide goes, hey, no, that's not a good idea. And you just turn around and go, no, I left a note. We're good. No. So anyway, yeah, Hastings cutoff was not a great idea. Smith and Jones party, everybody made it fine. Mm-hmm. Minimal deaths, minimal destruction, everything was fine. So now we get to the Donner Party. So at this point, they've not made it very far. They're kind of on a bad place because they should have made it across the mountains by mid-September.
Should have.
Keyword should.
They should have. Now here we are. They've had multiple issues with wagons basically being destroyed because they weren't going over the tried and true roads, basically the trails. So they had to consolidate into less and less and less. And they were taking longer. They couldn't find the water sources that were normally available because that was a big part of these tried and true methods is there were water sources. There were places to graze your animals. So the further they got into this Hastings Pass, the Hastings plan, they couldn't find places to water the animals. So animals were dying. They couldn't find places to get firewood. They couldn't get fresh water. So it was not good.
Not a fun trip.
No. So now we are at October.
For anybody watching right now, I just want to say that, during this time frame, indoor plumbing was a luxury.
Right. It was. It really was.
It was an extravagant luxury. So people were going down to rivers, this, that, and the other thing to get water. If you're traveling on a path that's never been done before and you don't find a river, but you find standing water is what kills you.
Yes. Because it has a bacteria in it if you don't
treat it
properly.
And back then they didn't have ways to treat water because they didn't know anything.
Exactly. So here we are. It's now October.
Now people are getting diphtheria and dying.
Yes.
They're shitting themselves to death.
Trying to go for. Anyway, diphtheria, so now we are at.
They're shitting themselves to death, like the Oregon Trail.
We're now at the end of October, 1846. They are stuck. Snow closes the pass. They're trapped near Donner Lake. I don't want to talk about what happened, but we're basically 87 people started this trek. 48 survived. So
after someone, I think it was someone left the group to go get help.
Yes.
And I want to say I think it was like people that were from Fort Bridger, but I could be wrong.
They did end up going back to Fort Bridger and having to get assistance, but
No, let's talk about what happened. Let's
Well,
talk
to,
about it.
to put it lightly, they some of them ended up being food.
Only
They
after
ran out of food.
no one was, according to the survivors, no one was murdered. There was no muck duck. It was only after someone died of a natural death did they d- use their food to sustain themselves.
They went Jeffrey Dahmer on people.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that a little more than half of the people survived tells you how fucked up this
Yeah.
trek was
And
through the wilderness.
not just that, but like today during the winter time, it's not fun. It really isn't. But then think about winter back then when you didn't have all of what we have today to keep ourselves warm and everything. There was
Exactly.
And so in closing from the story, I do want to kind of say that the Donner Party didn't get trapped because the nature is unusually cruel. They got trapped because they trusted an untested shortcut and they lost weeks they couldn't afford. And honestly, if history teaches us anything at this point, it's
Expect the unexpected.
never
Yep.
trust the phrase, let's go this way, it'll totally save time.
Yeah, no, you stick to the route that people have made for
Yeah.
a reason.
Yeah.
Stick
So
to the main route.
if you're out doing something and a guy who's never done something before says, follow me, this will totally work. No, don't
No,
do it.
don't.
do it.
That's a bad
Don't
idea.
do it.
That's a
Don't do
bad
it.
idea.
So, the whole idea is they started off right. They started off doing the things that made the sense, and then they got bamboozled by this gentleman who was trying to sell a book.
Who they thought was being truthful about this being a shortcut,
Yeah.
and it was not.
So 1880, they
Basically, don't
Yeah.
be stupid.
don't be stupid. So anyway, that's kind of
That's
like
what my drill
how
sergeant
we
used to say.
got. That's how we got. It wasn't called Donner Pass. It wasn't called Donner Lake at those times. It
No,
was
it was-
renamed to
Remember
show a little
those
bit of
that
dignity.
died
The
Yeah,
past,
of stupidity.
yeah, the pass was, the Donner Pass actually got its name from the Donner Party.
Right.
So
so
there's
pass
a
it over
whole
to Kate
memorial
for
thing.
a little bit of color about the area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's liven this up to something nice.
So, okay, let's, if you could, Blue, can you throw up that aerial view of the Donner Pass with the lake?
That one?
Well, that's
Oh no,
technically,
okay. That one.
that's Lake Tahoe.
God damn it.
There we
That
go.
one. Yeah.
This one. 'Cause
I'm
this is
sorry,
where-
it's hard for me to remember which one's which.
You're fine. You're fine. So this is along I-80. And you could see the lake and everything, but this is up at Donner Pass Summit. The aerial view is anyway. The picture with the rainbow with the bridge, which is called Rainbow Bridge or Donner Summit Bridge.
That one.
Yeah.
That is not on the 80. It is like, if I remember right, it's like part of the original route that they did.
Yeah, it was pre highway.
Yeah, back in the 20s.
Pre-interstate.
It was the old Lincoln or Victory Highway. They added that bridge to help with the rough terrain, as we have talked about, with the Donner Pass or the Donner Party realizing that they made it oopsie. So
Made an oopsie. That's a
made it
hell of a
oopsie.
thing.
A very
That's
big
a hell of a way to explain it. We made an oopsie. So yeah,
Say that with a
like,
German accent.
oh, we made an oopsie. Oh,
But the
Fritz, I made an oopsie.
But the Rainbow Bridge is basically a wonder of California, or one of the wonders of California. And then let's see. So about the Donner Pass, it is 7,056 feet high. It's a mountain pass in the northern Sierra Nevada, above Donner Lake and Donner Memorial State Park, about 9 miles west of Truckee, California.
I'll tell you, it's amazing that this country made a national park and all this stuff in honor of a bunch of fucking morons.
The biggest tragedy of this area, and that's what they did, is like, let's just go ahead and make a memorial for them.
Let's make a memorial for all these fucking morons that died.
You could take the picture down if you like.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the pass has been used by the California Trail, the first transcontinental railroad, overland route, Lincoln Highway and Victory Highway, both later U.S. Route 40 and still later Donner Pass Road. And then it also it comes all together by Interstate 80. So yes, it's quite a pass. It's got some history. There's been strange talks of, whispers and random talkings and whatnot. The Sierra Sounds, pretty much. So you got probably...
The Sierra Sounds are the sounds of the Bigfoot that cry in that area.
Right, but the thing is, the fact that you could hear you get these feels of the area because, all of that major disaster that just happened, because someone...
You'll be sitting there and you hear...
Yeah.
If I hear that, I'm moving.
Right?
I mean, I almost got a new car because there was a spider on the door handle.
Hey, listen, that's Bible. Next time, set it on fire. Your battery will burn for a year. That's great.
So the Donner Pass is also considered called the gateway to the Pacific.
That's a sweet way to explain where a bunch of people ate each other.
Yeah, this is the gateway to the Pacific. This is where people came around and got lost and said, you know what, I'm going to eat this motherfucker because he's kind of chunky.
Oh my God.
He's going to feed us for a couple days. I'm surprised. Okay, go ahead.
I was going to... Now you got me all tongue-tied.
It's what I do.
I was going to explain why it's considered the gateway to the Pacific.
Oh, please do.
Because it's a gate and the Pacific's on the other side. But I'm chink.
Pretty much, but it's basically when the railroad was getting built, they wanted it to connect all the way into California. So once that railroad ended up getting all the way into California, then, everyone was all happy and everything. And that was back in 1659. Or sorry.
60?
Sorry, the Tunnel 6 at Donner Summit, that was what I was looking at, excuse me. The railroad was finished in 1869.
1869. Great year.
Yeah. But
it was 100 years before my mom and daddy got married. In the summer of 69.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna get that.
Hey, we're gonna get copyright stricken.
You're gonna copyright your face.
Bring it.
Come at me. I will go get the thing in the closet and beat you with it.
Listen, don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I'm gonna Elmo myself in a minute.
All right, okay.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so the Donner Pass is actually quite a it's not a pass to take lightly during the winter time, let me tell you. I thankfully have only gone over the pass during the daytime, never at night, but the one time at night when we had to pull off to the side and into the chain lane. That was not a fun experience, let me tell you. People are flying right by you in this tiny little space where you can throw iron.
So if someone makes a Donner pass at you, is it that they're trying to eat you?
Sure.
Listen, you know what? Never mind.
He's got nothing.
No, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Oh my goodness.
That one just popped into my head.
Does it mean
Yeah.
they're going to eat you, or does it mean they're gonna eat
That's what I
you?
meant. That's what I meant, sir. That guy just made a Donner pass at me, kind of thing.
Oh my goodness.
Like, are you
You're
eating
welcome.
that, or are you eating that?
We can't be.
We are a bunch of children. Anyway.
True.
So there was a very terrible history shortly after they built the highway. On
lovely.
February 23rd, 1936, a blizzard trapped more than 750 motorists on Donner Pass.
That's
killing
what you
7.
get for going on something called Donner Pass.
Killing 7
How come they didn't get anything named after them?
because they're not cool enough.
That's bullshit.
Because they followed the highway. They didn't take a shortcut.
I'm an advocate for you get what you get. You took the Donner Pass, you die. Sorry,
You knew
bye.
what you were getting into.
Yeah, no, it's
You knew what you were
definitely.
getting into.
It's definitely.
I say that to you. I say that to you every time we do these live shows or do these shows. You
Listen.
knew what you were getting into.
Yes,
You
I
knew.
know.
Yes, I did. And you know what? I still, every day, every time we do these shows, I
Come
still
right back.
keep coming back
For more torture.
for more torture. I am
He likes it.
a
Yeah.
masochist. I like
He likes it.
He likes the Donner Pass treatment.
Right, man.
See, I had to say
Whatever.
this though. When we going back to the Donner Party,
I want to know how many of them ate a dick.
I
want to know how many of them ate the dick.
oh my gosh. I was going to bring up the whole Wendigo kind of, theory because
That's psychosis.
But think about it. They all went like cannibalism, even though they didn't supposedly
Theirs was
murder
for
anyone.
survival.
Let me just tell you right now.
Survival. They didn't murder anyone.
I would have if it were me.
Supposedly.
If it were me and I was there, I would have waited. I would have waited and bided my time, and I would have found the guy who drank the last of the coffee.
And you would have ended him.
I would have.
Oh, look, he died in the night.
I would have eaten his.
Oh, he tripped
Why
on
is
a
the back of
rock
his-
and fell.
Why is the back of his
Whoops.
skull crushed in?
Whoopsie,
He must have
fell
fallen.
down. He went to pee, and yeah. Sorry about that. Oopsie. Made an
Whoopsie.
oopsie.
Oh, I made an oopsie.
Wait, wasn't that the guy that drank the last of the coffee? I don't know.
Oh, no. Fritz
what?
fucking
Was he?
drank the last coffee.
You know what?
Crazy.
No,
Oops.
that's when you just lead him over to find a cave with a sleeping bear in it and be like, "Hey, there's something over there. Go check it
Remember
out."
did you watch The Walking Dead? You know, the look at the flowers. That's
did
what would have
not.
happened.
Right?
Look at the flowers.
Yeah, but there was no flowers at that time.
I would have found a flower. Look at the flower.
I mean, there wouldn't have been any flowers like, yeah, because it was winter time.
Don't take this away from me. Just don't take it away from me.
We'll let you have it.
Thank you.
Go ahead, have it. Oh my
He drank
goodness.
all my coffee. He get what you get.
Oh my, look at these beautiful flowers.
So there you have it, the Sierra Nevadas that, yeah, have a lot of history to it. And a lot of Stupid choices.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Do you know how many times when I'm driving the car, I like, hey, let's take this shortcut I just found.
And then you end up at a
I do that a lot.
place where you're sitting there going, I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah, I have a problem. I can't turn left without a light. So I constantly find shortcuts to get through different places. Don't judge me. There's more people than just me who can't turn left without a light.
I totally get it because honestly, even driving truck, I prefer taking left at a light instead of like without
But
one.
preference is different than I physically like. I cannot do it. Like there was an anxiety, ADHD, cannot turn left without a light. Not going to
going
happen.
on bridges.
Bridges to suck.
And so we were not going to send Michelle on the Rainbow Bridge.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
And Blue looks like he's about to die from laughter.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, I know a lot of weird back roads in this city just because I can't turn left. I have to find the next place where I can turn left with a light.
Well, and see, now we all know you're definitely not a NASCAR racer.
Making a left turn.
You don't do lefts for a living.
Yeah, left turn, Clyde.
Left turn, Clyde.
Oh my goodness.
My brain.
Sorry.
Blue turned into an orangutan. Blue is an orangutan.
Oh my god.
I'm a shaved orangutan.
I am just,
all right.
And
in conclusion,
don't trust people who say they have shortcuts.
Unless they've actually
do not ever trust a shortcut. If you see a lawyer saying, hey, I got a better way, you just say, fuck off.
No, thank you.
And always tip your waitress.
It's true.
Even if she's dead. Anyway.
I think that does it for us today. I think we've.
I'm done. My brain is done.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this second part of the Sierra Nevada area. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you don't, I'm going to send Bigfoot to come tickle your toes at night.
We'll send someone to make a Donner pass at you.
Bigfoot's going to come and make a Donner pass at you. Anyway,
I need to make that a thing.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to my wonderful co-hosts.
Can't think of a word. These weirdos.
He's about ready to cuss us out too.
Thank you to my wonderful weirdos that are here with me as usual. We'll catch you in the next episode of Cryptid Conversations. Remember, if you heard something, no, you didn't. If you saw something, no, the hell you didn't. So drink your coffee. Make sure you have plenty on hand. Otherwise, Michelle's going to come and hit you over the head with a rock.
Look at the flowers.
Look at the flowers. Oh, Fritz, look at the pretty flowers. We'll catch you in the next episode of Cryptid Conversations. Have a great one, guys. Thank you.